Hello everybody and welcome again to another 1/6 scale review. This time we're going to be looking at Trick or Treat, Return of the Living Dead Tarman figure, 1/6 scale. Trick or Treat's been doing a lot of horror style figures. If you go to their website, it's trickortreat.com, you can find a lot of different horror genre collectibles, from costumes to figures to stickers and masks and all kinds of stuff. So make sure just to check their website. But in this case, they're working on the Return of the Living Dead, which is, it is a horror movie, but as you can see, it's they're back from the grave and they're ready to party. So it's kind of like a horror comedy, the kind of humor. And it's one of my favorite movies growing up. I was really kind of scared of this guy right here, the Tarman we're gonna see in a minute. And it's definitely not for kids, but I love this movie. So if you've never seen this movie, just make sure you go ahead and take a look at it. There's about 3 or 4 of them, but actually the first one and second one is the only ones that actually count, because the other ones, they went downhill very bad. So just make sure you check that out. But on this unboxing, we have a picture of the movie poster. They kept it on the front. We have on the side Return of the Living Dead 6 scale figure. On the back side, we got Tarman. There he is. That's the ones we're going to be reviewing. If you don't know who he is, you will know after this review. And then the good thing about this one, what I like about this packaging, that you have the little magnet here and you open it and you can see the figure there. And the after brains. So that's, I don't know if you know the movie or not, but they always go brains, and that's what they want. And you got a picture, a window, so you can see the figure inside, and then a couple of accessories. Not much. It's a simple figure, but it's amazing. Let's get him out of the box and see what we get inside. Okay, as we slide the clamshell from the front, from the top or the bottom, whichever one you prefer, you get the little clamshell. And of course, like I said, there's not much to it. Trick or Treat does not give you bases to go with it. They're, like I said, they're not really expensive figures, but the quality is really good. I'm waiting on the Sam from the Trick or Treat series or movie. And let's see, I've seen reviews of this one and a lot of people are really happy about it. But first impressions, we get actually 2 head skulls, but this is the first one it comes with. We have a mouth that moves, all that tar. If you guys don't know about this figure, this is a guy that died and he was buried in tar. And then of course, when the zombie started walking again, he came back to life, and it's all filthy with tar and nasty. We're gonna take a look at it a little closer in a minute, but this is the first impressions of the figure. Very rubbery. I can even smell the material. You have a second head, and I will explain that why in a second. You have a second head sculpt right there. He looks sad, but if you're young and you watch this movie, this one does also articulate, and you have the tongue in there. When you're young and watching this movie and you see this guy here, it'll frighten you. And then of course we get the little brain that comes with him. It's gonna be like a real fast review because there's not much to it. So that you got a little detail of the brain. It's really shiny. It's got a lot of liquidy paint to it, add to it, and I really like this one. It's got a bite taken out of it right there on that side of the brain, on the right side of it. It's amazing. Okay, let me put him with the first head sculpt. Like I told you, there's 2 different head sculpts. The reason why is because And the movie itself with the props, this is like, I think it's in the 80s, early 90s movie. And there were two different ones. One head was the actual actor in the costume to move around, and then the other head was one that was close-ups to act like it eats brain, and just special effects one. So that's the reason why they have two sides of them. And I really like that detail because it tells you that they're faithful to the movie itself. And yet it looks a little smaller, but once you pop the head in, it will not look as bad. I would prop him up and do the shots of both of them. Let me first review a little bit of the figure itself. If you can see, he's got some rib cages in there. We got some shiny tar. His eyes, look how nicely done. Missing tooth, like in the movie. The ears, the back of the head is just exactly how the movie was. And it's a relatively cheaper figure because it doesn't come with much and it's not much to it, but they really pay attention to what the guy looks like. This is the material I was telling you about. It's kind of like rubbery plastic. It gives, that way you can have some movement when you move the legs and the joints. So that way it'll give some. You have some bare feet here with some details. You can see the bones already being decaying. Trick or Treat Studios, 2021. I just got mine. I was on back order through Sideshow, but you can order through them directly. I recommend you go check their website. Little hands. Let's see. So you can actually see the decaying, and yeah, whatever happened to this guy, if it's been killed and buried in tar, that's what I always thought that's what it was. But yeah, I think it's awesome. And then basically what you do, you will just try to pop the head. Let me get a good angle. There you go. You pop the head off. You got the ball joint, and you got the ball on this side, and then you will put on the next head. There you go. And then you have the second head. And like I tell you, it feels like it might look out of place, but it goes with the body. It really doesn't do much. You don't look ugly, and it goes with it. And it all depends, which one you like. I like that we have the options of both of them because, like I said, in the movie you have both of them, and this one gives you the option for both. You got a little ab crunch. You got a little bit turn. Let's say the costume itself, for a lack of a better word, gives a little bit of restriction when it comes to moving the body around. Let's see the joints. There is a little bit of it, but it's not much. I'm just gonna take a look at it in a second and make sure I'm not gonna break it. You can see the joints right here, which it kind of hides because it's all black because of the shiny black paint. It's really, really hard at the moment to move the arms, but they will move. I will give a couple of poses, but you can see the joints right there. So there is articulation there, of course. And yeah, let's stand him up and see what it looks like and give you my final thoughts on it. It's a fast review because there's not much to it, but I love this figure. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, here we go. We got Mr. Tarman here on a pose that is mainly from the movie itself. He always goes after the people before the brains with the arms out. And as you can see, this figure does not come with a stand. And you can see itself, he can stand on his own, even though he's on top of a cardboard, on top of my bed, and still holding on to it pretty well. And the joints on the elbows were very, very tight, and on the knees as well. So I'm assuming I got the first batch of the second order of parts, and it just came straight from the production company itself. I got it through Sideshow, like I said, but I think it just came out of the just came out hot. And but a little bit of push, and I got the elbows to move and the knees. I'm gonna change the head sculpt to see which ones do you like the best. I like to have both options, so let me get the other head sculpt and see what you think. Okay, there he is with the second head sculpt. Some might say that head sculpt is the head is too big for the body, or the other one is too small for the body. It all is a preference, and like I said, in the movie they use either or, depending on the close-ups or if it's the person in the bodysuit. As you can see, it's very, very shiny, and you can see those little strings coming off of them. They're a little soft plastic material, and it gives a little bit like a dripping tar. And let me show you with the light how shiny he is and how scary he can look. And everything reflects on him, depends on the light. And I just think this figure is, I'm very happy with the results of it. And here we have a close-up with the light close to him. You can see the paint on his eyes, the paint, the tongue, the teeth, and how shiny tar the figure is, like a tar skirt. Very, very shiny. I'm really happy with the results of this figure. Again, there's not much to him. He doesn't do many more in the movie, but I like that they got this figure out to go with my collection. Okay guys, final thoughts for the figure itself. I think I mentioned before, or maybe I don't remember, there's no base that comes with him, but as you can see, he's holding on to very nicely on a cardboard. And what I usually do for my figures, I don't like the waist grabbers that they usually get with the older figures. I think the new Luke Skywalker comes with the waist grabber. I don't know why, but I like the crotch grabbers that you could use on him. I go on eBay and get me some off-brand, unlicensed little crotch grabbers. You can get them on eBay real cheap. They come from China, and you can get like 5 or 10 or 15 of them for really cheap. And as you can see, he's still standing, but if you want to, you could have some of these. Look them up online, and you just give him a little support. Depends on the stand or your shelf where you're going to display him at, and it should give you a little extra support, keep him from falling off. But yeah, I love this figure. It's going to go with my Halloween display this Halloween. I'm going to give you, probably post a little small video with all my figures when Halloween comes, and show you what he looks like with the other ones. I have Jason, Michael Myers, we have Freddy Krueger, Ghostface. Now we have him. I don't know if we're going to make any more of the Return of the Living Dead. There's a few more options, depends on 1 or 2, the movie, and they could be making, but I'm not sure. So if you go to trickortreat.com, you can see there's a lot of figures and action figures and stickers and stuff. Just everything's horror, and it's not really expensive website. So just make sure you stop by there and check them out. And also, thank you so much for watching. Just stay tuned for more videos coming. I'm waiting on the Luke Bespin, the new DX figure, and the remake from the older figure that we had from DX from Hot Toys. And I will be reviewing that soon. Some people already have them, and I'm still waiting for mine. But yeah, if you like this figure, let me know. And if you have any comments, just please comment down below. I will try to answer any questions. And don't forget to follow. That way you know when other videos are posted. Hit that bell notification. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.